Benvenuto. Welcome to Cherry Hill Home Cooking. My name is Mark. I was at the supermarket earlier and I saw some really nice fresh blueberries. So I thought, oh, what we're going to make today is a blueberry cake. Now, it's funny, I said to Wade earlier, oh, I think we'll do a blueberry cake. It'll be quick and easy. And looking at all the ingredients, it doesn't really look like it's all that quick or easy. There are a lot of ingredients in it, but it's well worth it when you're eating it. All right, so for today's recipe, our blueberry cake, we're going to need, first of all, 8 or 9 inch springform pan. Now, if you don't have a springform pan, you certainly can use an 8 or 9 inch round cake pan. And of course, you're going to grease and flour that, and as we're going to do with the springform pan. But if you're going to use a cake pan, probably best also to use some parchment paper or wax paper on the bottom of that, so that it'll make sure it comes out easy. All right, so we got our pan. Of course, we need some all-purpose flour. All right, and the main ingredient of our blueberry cake is our blueberries. So you need a cup and a half of some nice, fresh, delicious blueberries. All right, we're also going to need some lemon zest and lemon juice. We need brown sugar. It's going to be, of course, the recipe will be, accompanying the video, but you need a 2/3 cup packed. I use light brown sugar. You could use dark brown sugar too. It's not going to make all that much of a difference. You need some Greek yogurt, unsweetened applesauce. Now you could use regular applesauce. Of course, it's going to make it a little bit sweeter. You need some cinnamon and salt. We need some good quality olive oil. We need baking soda and baking powder. All right, we need some pure vanilla extract, and we need 1 whole egg. Now, you could also, once the cake is done, you can dust it with some confectionery sugar. We're going to make a little lemon glaze with this. So that'll be with the confectionery sugar and also some lemon juice, but we'll do that when we're ready to get that done. All right, so the first thing, let's get our pan greased. You've seen this before, but we'll go over it again. So I've got some vegetable shortening on the bottom, probably about a half a teaspoon to a teaspoon. And you want to make sure you get up the sides and the bottom. That beep, beep, beep you just heard was my oven coming to temperature, which is 350 degrees. This blueberry cake it does ultimately end up being an easy cake because you don't have to frost it or anything like that. It's great for, just with a cup of coffee or tea. You can use it as a, addition to a brunch. It's just a really nice, it's not really overly overpoweringly sweet. It's just a nice, really cake. It kind of is a little bit like a coffee cake, but it's not really a coffee cake. All right, so we got that all nice and coated. Let's throw a little bit of flour in there and get that all around our pan. And try to get up on the sides as well. Okay, that looks pretty good. And then give it a little bang on your nice clean sink, which then you're going to have to clean the floor up. There you go. All right, so we're going to put this aside. All right, the next thing I'm going to do before we clean up all of our ingredients and get to the actual mixing is, let's get our flour in our bowl. Now the recipe is 1 1/4 cup flour plus 1 teaspoon. The 1 teaspoon you're going to coat with the blueberries with. So, but for the cake itself, you're going to use 1 1/4 cups. So so that we end up with a nice texture of our cake. We would just want to kind of spoon it in and level it off. And we can put that in the bowl. And we're going to do the same thing with our cup. So you just want to spoon it in gently. Don't pack it down, but let it overflow. And there you go. All right, we're going to pick up this mess and we will be right back and get our cake put together and in the oven. See you in a little bit. Okay guys, so you want to start out by zesting your lemon. I'm sure you've all know how to do this. When you zest the lemon, you're just trying to get off the outside. You don't want to get too much of the pith. For this recipe, we need a teaspoon, which is probably about 1 whole lemon, depending on how big your lemon is. But that should be just about what we need. Well, scrape off whatever we got in there. I have a plain zester, you know, like a long, which I tried to do it on that. It just doesn't work for me, this thing. I got to get a new one. That's called a plain zester, I think. I don't know. I got to replace that. Because every time I try to use it, I end up getting out the old grater. All right, so then, of course, we're going to use our lemon we zested. And we'll give it a good squeeze. And in total, since we're going to be making our lemon glaze, we're going to need 3 tablespoons, I believe. Which hopefully this should give it to us. And if not, we'll cut another lemon. Good tip with your lemons, don't throw them right in the trash. If you go to the garbage disposal, throw them down in your garbage disposal. It'll clean it up nice and make it smell really nice. Okay, so we got our lemon zest. Now let's take care of our blueberries. So we've got our blueberries. We want to coat them with a teaspoon of all-purpose flour. Determined to get flour all over my kitchen. All right, and then we need a teaspoon of our lemon juice in there as well. And coat our blueberries with that and the flour. Of course, the flour is going to help them not sink into the blueberries. We're actually just going to, put them on top, but we want them to kind of stay on top. All right, we'll put that aside for a minute. We'll put our lemon juice aside. All right, now, so the next step is we want to take our flour and we're going to add our baking powder, our baking soda, and our brown sugar. Yeah, let's get it on the mixer. And of course, starting out really slow. Going to get that just all mixed together. So you just want to kind of mix it until, of course you could do this by hand, you could do it with a hand mixer. So you want to kind of mix it together till, all of the brown sugar is pretty evenly distributed in the flour. And that looks pretty good. And then really, this comes the easy part of it. This is what makes it somewhat easy. We're just going to get our wet ingredients in there. I'll give that a little extra stir. All right, we need our our vanilla. I'll put that right in with our egg. I gotta remember to get some more vanilla. All right, so we can just start. We might as well put our cinnamon in and our salt. Give that a little mix. All right, and then the rest of our wet ingredients. Our olive oil, our egg, applesauce, and our Greek yogurt. And let's set that on slow. And we just want that to all get combined. A little bit more. And probably, let that go on medium low for a minute or two till everything is nicely combined. I'm going to save cleaning my counter till I get that in the pan. And I'm going to go for a few more moments. Grab a spatula. And I think that's good. We'll just go in and scrape down the sides. Unplug it so we don't take our fingers off with the beater. And I'm just gonna go down the, make sure we got everything off the bottom and incorporated. And get it in the pot. It kind of has that, definitely has that coffee cake smell with the cinnamon and a little bit of the lemon. go. Let's shake it out a little bit. Give it a little bang. Just make sure we get any air bubbles out. All right. And then we're just gonna sprinkle our blueberries around. And of course the baking powder and baking soda are gonna make this rise up over the blueberries. All right, that thing, oops, we got one over there that's on top. Let's push him over there. All right, that looks good. So into our preheated 350 degree oven. Oven rack is on the middle, in the middle. And that's gonna take anywhere between 30, 40 minutes, probably closer to 35. Okay, Google? Set a timer for 33 minutes.
Sure, 33 minutes.
So,
and that's starting now.
We'll be back in 33 minutes. Give it a test, see if it's done. If not, we'll throw it back in the oven for a few more minutes. All right, see you in 33 minutes. Okay, guys, it's been just about 33 minutes. Ooh, we're nice and golden brown. And let's give it a little test. Looks good to me. We'll test in the middle, because you want to try not to test right through a blueberry. But yep, comes out clean. All right, so took us just about 33, 34 minutes. Our cake is done. And now we want to let it cool. I mean, we'll probably want to let it cool a good 10 minutes before you open the springform, or definitely before you take it out of your pan if you're using a round cake pan. And you really want to cool it to room temperature before you slice it and eat it. So we'll see you when we glaze it, and then we're gonna have cake. See you in a little while. Okay, well, our cake is cooled for about 10 minutes. Thought I'd show you guys, just taking off the springform. I'm sure you've all done this, really easy. You just gotta pop it, and it comes right out. And there's our cake. And really, the reason I came back is I thought we might as well put our glaze together. So I've got a half a cup of confectionery sugar and just about 2 tablespoons of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And that's all that there is to it. We're going to give it a stir. And you want to stir it till it gets nice and smooth and all the lumps come out, which is probably going to take a few minutes. But you don't necessarily have to stand there and watch me. But anyway, so that's all there is to it. Half a cup of confectionery sugar and about 2 tablespoons, of fresh squeezed lemon juice. And as soon as I get that all mixed up, I'm going to cover it, put it aside, and it'll be ready for when we're going to glaze our cake. See you then. Okay, our cake is all nice and cold. Let's get a little bit of our lemon glaze on it. Of course, like I said earlier, if you want, you could just dust it with some powdered sugar. That would be delicious. I'll just go over the top of this. Don't have to be fancy with it at all. Yeah, maybe a little down that way. And there you go. And with that one last spoonful, we're ready to have cake. Okay, now the best part as always. Look at all those nice fresh blueberries. They look delicious.
Yes, they do. Wow.
Delicious.
Nice. Really, really moist.
Moist, nice, moist, light cake. Like I said, it's great with tea or with a glass of milk or coffee. A nice light dessert after a heavy dinner.
Yep.
Fresh blueberries.
Very good.
Delicious.
Yeah. I love that. Delicious.
Well, I hope that you all have as enjoyed watching us make this video as we've enjoyed watching it. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
I'll just eat.
Please like and subscribe. And check out cherryhillhomecooking.com. Yep. See you on the next video.
Ciao.
Bye. Delicious.
Well, that is nice. Nice.
Blueberry.